There you go.
Good evening and welcome to the Newport City Council meeting. Today is Thursday, August 6, 2026. We'll begin the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will staff please call the roll?
Councilmember Schmidt.
Here.
Councilmember Sumner.
Here.
Councilmember Engelmann.
Here.
Councilmember Taylor.
Here.
Mayor Elliott.
Here. Next on our agenda is to adopt the agenda. Do we have any changes to the agenda this evening?
Hearing none, I'll move to adopt.
I'll second.
I have a motion from Councilmember Sumner and a second from Councilmember Schmidt to adopt the agenda as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? The agenda is adopted. Next on our agenda is kind of an exciting event for Newport. It's the Minnesota Recreation and Park Association Award of Excellence, and we have J.J. Williams with us this evening to present that. And yeah, J.J., if you want to just talk from there, and then that'd be great.
All right. Good evening, Mayor Elliott and council members. As it said, my name is J.J. Williams. It's an honor to be here for the second year in a row now to present a Minnesota Recreation and Park Association Award of Excellence. I would like to take a minute to first tell you just a little bit about the Minnesota Recreation and Park Association, or MRPA. The association was formed in 1937 to foster the growth and development of parks and recreation profession throughout the state of Minnesota. Presently, we have around 850 members that come from municipal, county, state, private, and commercial industries. The MRPA Awards Committee was created in 1987 with the purpose of acknowledging both individuals and member agencies for the excellence that they perform in the field of parks and recreation. The Awards Committee feels it is important to increase awareness and appreciation for the excellent work occurring throughout our state by professionals in the field. One of the ways we do this is through the Awards of Excellence program that was established to recognize agencies and their staff for exemplary projects. MRPA members may nominate a project for an award of excellence in 7 different categories: administrative or management strategies, communications, parks and facilities, programming and events, sponsorships and partnerships, sustainability, and volunteer initiatives. Nominations received are evaluated and scored by awards committee members, with the top scoring nominations selected to receive Award of Excellence recognition. On behalf of the MRPA Awards Committee, it is my pleasure to present an Award of Excellence to the City of Newport for its winning project of pedestrian and trail network planning. The committee was impressed with the foresight that went into developing this plan and the investment and the long-term impact that this will have on the public in the community. The Awards Committee would also like to recognize Derek Marson, who nominated the project.
Right. Coming down.
Turn it on.
JJ. JJ, can you hear this back there? I'm going to pretend we can. So JJ, it's such a pleasure to have you back for the second year in a row. And I know last year was our very first award for our park system, and it's really satisfying to be getting another one. And I think improving our trails is just really, it was a priority for our residents in our latest park survey. And to see an outside organization recognize what this kind of planning can do and how it can help a community, it's nice to see it. It's, satisfying for our staff as well, to feel like they're working on good things and things that matter to even people who aren't necessarily part of the Newport area. So thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'll take this with you as So congratulations again to our staff for their work on that plan. And for those who may not recall, it calls for a doubling of almost the number of miles we currently have of trails in the city. And lots of cities, have plans with big ambitions, and it might take a decade, it might take 2 decades, but they just continue to chip away until they reach their ultimate goal. So that's really great work. Next on our agenda is public comments. As we have no members of the public in the audience today, I will move on to the consent agenda. Do we have any changes to the consent agenda?
Seeing none, I'll move the consent agenda as printed.
I'll second.
So I have a motion from Councilmember Sumner and a second from Councilmember Schmidt to adopt the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The consent agenda is adopted. Next on our agenda is the Washington County Sheriff's Office report, and we have Sergeant Leggett with us this evening.
Good evening. I had to think about that for a second. Madam Mayor and council members, I hope you're doing well. It's been a while since I've been able to be up here. Well, since I had, a lot's happened out there and good stuff as well. Obviously, with the 4th of July, it was a good 4th of July. We did not have much bad things happen per se, so that was good to hear. Certainly some fireworks complaints, which is understandable, on top of just normal things that usually come about with 4th of July. But happy to say no serious injuries or anything like that, which we're very grateful for. I know most of you had read maybe the update from the sheriff's office about dispatcher helping baby being born. What was not added in that was our deputy arrived on scene and helped deliver that baby. So our deputy Gasner did an amazing job. He had never done that. He did, so it was quite an experience for him, but a very cool one at that. Right, you get to bring life into the world. So it's a precious moment. He was very proud of that. So a good job to Deputy Gasner as well for helping make that happen. With that as well, our coordinated response unit, which is our partnership with detectives and a social worker, has been active in the county, and they have been very helpful here in Newport with some folks who need the extra assistance. And they've been coming down here even at a day at a time to help make contact with some of the folks that we encounter on a continual basis. And I just want to say that program is working out extremely well with them coming down here. We kind of created a little remote drop-in site within our office for them to come, and it's been very welcomed by all the deputies down here. Certainly that division could use more bodies, because there's quite a bit of clientele out there in the county that the sheriff's office covers. So, but for what it's worth, there's a team that's dedicated to this community specifically, and they've been extremely helpful. Even like I said, coming here on site for a day at a time in a week. So it's been a wonderful partnership. I guess something to add to the public out there is that the community services does have a crisis response team in a sense. So if there's something that they are in need of, whether it's food or shelter or anything like that, if they contact up there at community services, they can get them in contact with the crisis unit to be able to get them some of those resources. So please, by all means, use them. That's what that team is there for, and I think it's underutilized with them. As usual, we are still enforcing some of the speed stuff out there and just being visible. Doing a lot of directed patrols on some of the streets that maybe some of the neighborhoods have complaints on. I will say that over all the ones that we've done, I have seen a decline in some of the speeds. Certainly, we're not going to catch everybody. That's just not possible. And we do it more for educational purposes in a sense, unless it really warrants a citation. As far as the main highway being 61, I have seen speeds increase out there. Just a couple days ago, 96 miles an hour, and some over 100. So we are, even though it's a small portion of Newport, that's still Newport, and we're going to make sure people drive safe on that road as well. To remind people that reckless driving doesn't mean just driving all over the road. If someone does go 30 miles an hour over the speed limit, that is considered reckless, and we have brought people to jail for speeding 30 miles an hour over. So we're out there making sure people know. We're gonna make sure you make good decisions on that part, because that's just that's just dangerous. But aside from that, I do not have anything further to pass on, so I stand for any questions.
Any questions? Did the baby get named after the deputy?
I never found out the name of the baby, to tell you the truth, but I'm sure he would have loved it.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Fair enough.
Thank you so much, Sergeant.
Very much.
Next, we have the fire chief's report, and he is
Mayor,
not here this
members of the
evening.
council, tonight I'll be acting fire chief. Unfortunately, Chief Marsan was unable to attend tonight, but he did provide some updates because it had been a little bit of time here. So for our June calls for service, there were 28 total calls for service, 2 mutual aid calls to St. Paul Park, 1 mutual aid call to Hastings, and 1 mutual aid call to Cottage Grove. For July calls, there were a total of 24 calls, 2 mutual aid calls to Cottage Grove, 1 to Woodbury, and 2 mutual aid calls provided to Newport from St. Paul Park, Cottage Grove, and Woodbury. Quick reminder, Booyah is coming up on September 20th. Not that I have a favorite, but definitely get the Cajun. There are 5 offers to probationary firefighters, and once they have been signed on and sent back, they will go to council for approval. They are also working with Washington County Dispatch on updating Newport's response plan, and happy to answer any questions from council.
I think we'll let you off the hook tonight. Thank you for that, Joe. So next on our agenda, we have the engineer's report, and our city engineer is out this evening. And so we have his able assistant, I should say, here to help us out. But I think, Joe, are you going to take the lead on this, or?
Mayor and members of the council, tonight I will also not only be acting fire chief, I shall be the assistant engineer, city engineer. First item for council consideration is the 3rd Avenue improvement. Just a little background here, Geislinger and Sons, they have made great progress on 3rd Avenue. The sanitary sewer and water mains are complete. The service laterals to individual homes should be completed by the end of this week. Temp water has been removed from approximately half of the homes. And storm sewer construction will begin, we believe, this week and should continue for about the next 4 weeks. City staff have been working with One Oak, Geislinger, regarding the completion of the work needed to be done on 17th Street, adjacent to the pipeline. We have reached agreement on how that work can proceed. So Geislinger has provided some costs for completing the remaining work, including replacement of the existing force main, construction of the storm sewer, and pavement boulevard restoration. MSA is reviewing and evaluating these costs and will present a formal change order at the August 20th council meeting. There are a few work items associated that we are seeking advance approval to allow Geislinger to get a jump on this. First one is storm sewer structures. There are 5 precast concrete storm sewer structures that will be installed as part of the improvements, and the material cost of these structures is about $25,000. There is about a 3 to 4 week lead time on this, so we're hoping to get a jump on that and get them on site. Also, there's a force main replacement. There is 580 feet of force main to be installed on 17th Street, along with the removal of the existing structures and connection to the existing sanitary manhole on 2nd Avenue. The cost for this improvement is about $94,000, and Geislinger proposes to use some of the pipe crews they have right now out on site on 3rd Avenue to begin the work the week of August 10th, once they complete the work on 3rd Avenue. So with that, the assistant engineer Hatch makes the respectful recommendation to council to authorize the fabrication of the storm sewer manholes and the replacement of the force main on 17th Street in advance of a formal change order to be considered on August 20th. 20th. It's 20th, even though this is wrong.
Any questions for Assistant City Engineer Hatch? Nobody wants to understand the complexities of concave structures and water flow. Okay, with that, I will accept a motion as stated by Administrator Hatch to authorize the ordering of these items.
I'll make the motion to authorize the fabrication of storm sewer manholes and the replacement of the force main on 17th Street in advance for a formal change order to be presented at the August 20th council meeting.
I'll second that one.
So I have a motion from Councilmember Schmidt and a second from Councilmember Sumner. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And that is approved.
Mayor, members of the council, there are a number of projects going on, and I'm going to provide a number of updates here. So first off, the 2025 street and utility improvements. Meyer Contracting has completed the installation of storm sewer facilities and a grit chamber along 17th Street. They have restored a number of gravel driveways along the south side of the Circle K tank farm within the unimproved 17th Street right-of-way, and have started reconstructing the intersection of Cedar Lane and 17th Street. This is approximately 110 feet east. Curb work in the intersection is complete, and pavement will follow next week. We have also completed and have been doing some testing on the water connection with Cottage Grove. There was a message that went out on Facebook, I think it was today, and we'll be making the switch on August 12th. The programming, integration, and testing work associated with the flow meter and pressure reducing valve is complete, and Newport's water system is basically ready to go full-time with Cottage Grove. So if folks have questions, there's an FAQ and more information on the website. They can also contact Public Works. For County Road 38 improvements, these are improvements that are being conducted by Washington County, and it really does impact Newport significantly. They did open bids for the pavement resurfacing project around County Road 38, Maxwell, 21st Street, and 7th Avenue, Glen Road, and Hastings Avenue. County staff is seeking board approval next week for the construction, and they believe they will begin this in August, towards the end of August. I do think it will be completed in stages. There's a number of stages. We have posted these stages and this information on the city website. And if you bear with me for a second, I can pull up the map. And where is it here? So all this information is contained on the city website. You can see the project locations here. It is throughout the city of Newport. There is information in regards to the scope of work, working hours, what's going to happen with trash and recycling and traffic control. Also, the project contacts. That's all on our city website also. And then you can look at the staging. There's 6 different stages for this, starting from the left, going to the right. Stage A is Maxwell Avenue from State Highway 61 northbound ramps to I-494 eastbound off-ramp. Pavement striping replacement only will occur under traffic during this stage. Stage B, Maxwell Avenue from I-494 eastbound off-ramp to 21st Street. Roadway work will require that northbound traffic detours while work is performed in the area. Posted detour route will be to State Highway 61. Stage C, from 7th Avenue to 20th Street to Glen Road. Roadway work will require that northbound traffic detours while work is performed in this area. Posted detour route will be Highway 61. Stage D, Glen Road from 7th Avenue over State Highway 61 to Glen Road. Roadway work will be performed keeping one lane in each direction open. And then Stage F, Hastings Avenue from Glen Road to 70th Street. Roadway work will require that northbound traffic detours while work is performed in this area. Posted detour route will be to State Highway 61. We do expect this work to be completed by the end of October, so it's going to be a tough 2 months. They will, I believe, work on one stage at a time, but this will be significant work and I'm sure inconvenient. But folks can go to our website for more information on this project.
Can we keep people updated too, that stage 1 is done and, or stage A is done and stage B? Just because you'll never really know till you get there and all of a sudden you see the detour or a dead end and you're kind of finding your way around.
Absolutely. We can provide updates on our website as the project continues.
Yeah.
Superintendent, did you have something to say?
I just wanted to remind everyone that they're going to repave the trails along those roads as well. So that'll be a welcome update to the system as well.
That'll be excellent.
Next item here, we do have tree removal
And I just want to let people know there's a lot of construction going on in Newport. I think one of the detours during one stage of this project will take you through a neighborhood. Please slow down. Please respect that it's only going to be for a couple of weeks. As I've said with the other projects, just plan ahead. Be patient. Be patient with drivers who are a little confused their first time through these detours and how the lane changes are working. And we'll all get through it, and there are no county projects scheduled for next year in Newport. So 2 of our big projects are county projects, and this is a great maintenance project, and this is how we take care of our community.
Absolutely. A couple more updates here. Eastridge Heights, tree removal and building demolition work on site is complete, and crews have been working on mass grading, although the mass grading agreement will be reviewed. Oh, I'm sorry, that's for a different project. There is a pre-construction meeting for the utility phase of the project scheduled this week, and we expect that the work will begin very soon and extend through the fall. Cherrywood utility work is complete with the exception of some minor punch list items. The pedestrian trail on the west side of Century Avenue was recently paved, and the final lift of pavement within the development will be placed later this fall and early next spring when construction from home builders begins to slow down. To date, 29 building permits have been issued for the development. Happy to stand for questions.
Thank you for that great summary. And I think I did get a question earlier this week about what appears to be a road between the Red Rock Cemetery and the Newport Commons Apartments. And that will be a road. It will connect Hastings Avenue to Sterling. It will be a secondary exit out of Eastridge Heights. Depending on when you drove by, it looked awfully steep. They've done a little bit more grading since earlier this week. It looks a little less steep, but it will have the same grade as 65th Street has. So if you're wondering where it's going to kind of finally end, it's going to be in about that area. I think it's just maybe a half a degree less than what we will have on 65th. So yes, that will be a connection. And I think it'll probably be nice for the maintenance staff to be able to not try to take that left turn off Sterling and get onto Bailey. So I think they'll appreciate having that available as well. Any questions for Assistant Engineer Hatch? None. Moving on. Moving on to the actual Superintendent of Public Works, Matt Yocchio.
I feel I missed the memo that we could be gone, but good evening, Mayor Elliott and council members. I have nothing formal this evening, but I do have a couple of updates for you. The biggest one is we're still accepting applications for the relief tree removal and replacement grant. That's through the 28th of August, I believe. So you can get a free tree to replant, even if you don't get one removed. But like I said, I would encourage you to get your name on the list and get signed up sooner rather than later because it is limited funding. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call at Public Works. And then also the buckthorn hedge at Pioneer Park has been removed. The grass is starting to grow, but it's a little bit, with it being hot and dry, it's taken a little bit. But you'll absolutely notice it when you get there for the Pioneer Day Festival. So look forward to a nice, open, welcoming park. So with that, I'd be happy to stand for questions.
Okay. Any questions for Matt? Thank you very much, Matt. Moving on, we have the administration report.
Mayor, members of the council, we have a couple items under the administration report tonight. The first one is a resolution approving the Bailey Business Park grading agreement, and we have planner Madison here to provide an update and talk through that.
You have a lot of people wearing a lot of different hats at this evening's meeting. Good evening, Mayor and members of council. Yes, in front of you for the Bailey development, they've come in for an early grading agreement. So a grading agreement, I'm sure you all are familiar, but permits the developer to begin work on site. So tree removals, some site grading, making sure the site's ready for development prior to their final approvals. So for this site specifically, it's a site that expands over a few different cities, and so to aid in that, they're looking for the grading agreement to begin grading work kind of development-wide to ensure that they're going to be in a good spot once they get their final approvals. So that's in front of you this evening. It's at the risk of the developer to begin work on site, so they've provided the city a letter of credit, which will cover the cost if something goes wrong and they don't get their final approvals. The grading agreement will expire upon those final approvals or upon agreement of a development agreement with the city. So happy to answer any questions, but I know you've seen a few of these before.
Yes, any questions on this? Councilmember Sumner.
How long do they think it'll take, this portion of their agreement, their grading activities?
Mayor, members of the council, in conversations with I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the name of the contractor, but they believe it'll begin soon here and go for, I think, 4 to 5 months. It's going to be pretty significant.
Oh,
Yeah, it's going to be probably until the end of the year, if not a little bit longer.
so it sounds like it's going to be a major amount of removal and regrading up there, right?
Mayor and members of the council, I believe the total acres, it's well over 200 that I believe. That's the Woodbury and Newport area, and then there's another significant, maybe 80 acres in Maplewood, and I think they're going to be doing all that work, and there's significant areas that need to be lifted, and then some areas that need to be lowered, and then there's gonna, they want to get all the sites basically ready for the sewer and water infrastructure to be installed, and then also, frankly, some building to occur. Kind of timing on the building that would occur after the infrastructure's in and the grading's done, which we're anticipating kind of first, second quarter for some of the buildings of 2027, with others on the project probably happening third to fourth quarter. So yeah, but it's much bigger than Eastridge. It's way bigger than what we're seeing at Sterling and Bailey. So it'll take more time there.
Well, it just looks like such a flat area. It's hard for us from the road to realize how much adjusting of the levels it's going to require. So I just wanted to warn people, but it's going to be going on for a long time. But it shouldn't impact the traffic, I would think, on Bailey. They're just an occasional vehicle coming onto Bailey, but not a lot, right?
Mayor, members of the council, we are requiring that the contractors and the developers work with the county in order to receive the proper permits to have access to Bailey Road. With that said, I'm confident whatever is included in those access permits is going to be to that standard. So I'm not anticipating anything that's going to be crazy significant, but who knows about the future.
Okay. Just because there's so much traffic up there on Bailey.
Other questions?
That was all I had on that, just planning on Bailey.
Yeah. With that, then, I would entertain a motion for Resolution 2026-60.
I'll move the resolution 2026-60 approving Bailey Business Park grading agreement. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. I have a motion from Councilmember Sumner and a second from Councilmember Schmidt. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The resolution is approved. We have a couple of closed session items. Joe, do you have anything else for us before that? And I will jump to mayor and council comments, and then we'll go into the closed session.
Mayor, members of the council, no. Happy to stand for questions.
Questions for Mr. Hatch? Hearing none, I am going to just move our mayor and council reports before we go into the closed session. Just a lot of things happening. Just to let people know, last night, the Cottage Grove City Council did approve a resolution to make a request to the state for the ambulance service to be moved into a different service area, which we would then be served by Fairview EMS, or what we all kind of know as M Health Fairview at the moment. And once it goes to the state takes generally about 10 days for an approval. They anticipate a September 1 switch-over date. It should be pretty seamless. Cottage Grove will still be backup ambulances for us, just like Alina and Health East and Woodbury. You know, they all kind of work together. So if one service doesn't have someone available, there's mutual aid agreements in place. And County Dispatch takes care of making sure that that happens. Just a reminder that Pioneer Day, tomorrow night, Hoppers is showing at the Pioneer Park, 8 o'clock. And there's supposed to be an ice cream truck there and some other popcorn and some other treats. So be sure and come on out for that. And then August 8th in the morning, they'll have the 5K race starting at 9:30 and a kids fun run at 10:30, the parade at 11:30. And then we've got a whole assortment of the petting zoo and car show, bounce house, band, bingo, and the button raffles at 2 o'clock. So I encourage people to come out for that. Oh, yeah, and get a button. I have my buttons at home. But with a button, you get all the corn you can eat. So the buttons are $3 or 4 for $10. And also earlier this week, I got a chance for a ribbon cutting of a new business in Newport, Untamed Magic. This is a family-owned business, and I got a chance to meet the children that are involved with magic, ventriloquism, and balloon animals, and they do birthday parties. They've got a birthday party room for people, or they come out to events. They've been at the Washington County Fair and done some things, and it sounds like they're a pretty accomplished bunch. So it was fun to see there, and the kids did a little bit of their act as part of the ribbon cutting, so it was really fun, and it was very well attended. And they are located in Newport Plaza, which is the building where the post office is. So, yeah, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of good energy, and it was just a nice, lovely event. Councilmember Ingeman?
The only thing I've got is food scrap at the RDF. And you ought to, the bags are free, and the containers you get at City Hall, and you just put it in your regular garbage.
Yes, please
Food
do.
scraps.
Please do participate in that. It's the tonnage that hasn't gone into our landfills is incredible, and this program has not been around that long. Listen to Tom. Tom has good advice.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Councilmember Taylor. Councilmember Schmidt.
Nothing formal.
Councilmember Sumner.
Oh, yes. I was very fortunate to represent Newport at an event in downtown Minneapolis, a 3-day event put on by the State Historic Preservation Office, the SHPO. And we hosted individuals from different HPCs, from Maine to Miami, from Arizona to Oregon, in all states and cities in between. They were talking about the vast amount of interest there is in saving the historically important areas and buildings within our cities. And they also had a number of presentations by the members of the Dakota tribe, and we learned about Owamni Yamni Wakan Tipi, which is the manner in which the Dakota people recognize the important interdependence of their lifestyle and beliefs and the worshiping of the earth. So it is important for us here in Newport, with our closeness to the river and the fact that we have had the location of the Red Rock for so many years, and this is a very sacred area for those individual tribal members, that I think it's an honor for us to be part of an important part of their lifestyles. So it was wonderful to be there, meeting people from around the country. I also had a brief moment to talk to the new consultant that will be representing and working with us here in Newport. So I look forward to working with her in the near future. I believe she's coming on board. So it's going to be able to get Newport back involved with our HPC efforts.
Great. Thank you so much.
And also, I've been mentioning that the schoolie bus comes to Newport on Tuesdays, and it usually meets down at the elementary school, but because of political activity next Tuesday, they're going to be meeting at the library instead. So that if you come there, bring your family. They've got a meal. They've got lots of activity for kids. They've got a reading session. They've got activities, including they made cookies last time on the grounds. So a lot of things for families to be involved with.
Great. Thank you for letting us know about the new location for Tuesday. So next on our agenda is we have 2 closed sessions, and I think what I'm going to try to do is read in both of those closed sessions on a single go. Otherwise, we read in one, we go into closed session, we come out, we vote to go back into closed session, I reread. So let's just see how this goes. So we've got 2 things going on. One is to consider offers or counteroffers for the sale of real property located at 155 21st Street, Newport, Minnesota. This is also known as Wilson Lines. The second item is the city administrator performance review. So I have read the 2 items. The legal basis for closing the Wilson Lines property is under Minnesota statute section 13D.05 subdivision 3C. The item to close for the administrator's review is Minnesota statute section 13D.05 subdivision 3A. And I need to note that the employee is Joe Hatch. And so at this time, I would entertain a motion to go into closed session for both items.
I'll make the motion to go into closed session for both items presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion from Councilmember Schmidt and a second from Councilmember Ingeman. The time is 6:12 p.m. Let's see, so the city council will now go into closed session. Here in the city council chambers, only the city council and designated officials may initially attend the closed session. So with that, I think
You gotta go?
others need to
See you
move on.
later.
For your performance, you probably got
You gotta go.
our meeting at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Is that in person?
No, there should be a Teams. Yeah, it's a Teams meeting. I'm gonna double check real quick, but
No, that's